And hey guys, and today I'm going to teach you stick technique. So let's go. Stick technique, that's what we're talking about today. And the first thing that you need to know, of course, is how to hold your sticks. So when you're a beginner, of course, you have to start with matched grip because it's easier than traditional grip. So this is for beginners. So matched grip. Boom. This is how you hold the sticks. And this is in depth of how to hold them. So you take your stick like this. You don't hold them like this. You don't hold them like this. What you have to do is you have to hold them with your thumb and your index finger being the thing that makes it move. And then these three fingers are what helps it move better. So they push, and then they make this part of your hand make to come back. So when you hit a drum with these three fingers, you push the stick, and then with the index finger and the thumb, you pull it back. And then what happens is it can be an infinite. You can hit infinitely, and there's more speed like that as well. So once you've done that, I'm going to talk about how to actually hold your stick. So you have to have about an inch right here of distance to leave, about an inch. You don't have to always hold with your fingers. That's only when you're doing speed. When you're doing normal, when you're playing normal stuff, you're supposed to hold it like this. So like this, like this. And some people prefer to put their index finger like this, but I prefer to put it like this. Every person prefers it differently. It's either like this or like this. The thumb, some people prefer here, like leave a lot of space right here, and some people prefer to put it just right here. So yeah, all right. For your left hand, of course, same thing. You hold it like this. Your index finger can be here or here. The thumb can be here or here. Fingers, all that stuff. And then you leave an inch right here. And then this is what it's supposed to look like when you're holding a drumstick. Alright, so now let's get into the physics of hitting the drum. So when you hit the drum, you don't just hit like this. What you have to do is you have to make a sound out of the drum. And how you do that is you have to hit with the tip of your stick, and this is the most important part. You have to first raise your shoulder, and then you raise your elbow, and you raise this part, which makes your wrist, and your wrist will be still relaxed. You're raising this part, which makes your wrist like this. And then you raise your wrist, and then you hit, but you don't hit like this. You do the same thing all over again. So when you raise the wrist, the last step, then you do the same thing. You lower the shoulder, and then you lower this part of your hand, and then with your wrist, you hit the drum. So this is what it looks like, slowly. I'll do it one more time. So you raise it like this, you go up. Alright, left hand, same thing. Like this, you go up, you go down, you hit your drum. Alright, so now the thing that you have to learn is putting ghost notes right after your normal accented notes. So you're doing this. The way you do a second note a ghost note. A ghost note is basically a quiet note. So when you're doing doubles, you're gonna be doing 2 notes with each hand, and then when you go fast, of course. But this is the way to do it. You don't hit twice like this. You don't do this. And then you never do that. What you have to do is when you hit once, so when you do this, whatever I taught you, the thing that I taught you, you do this. So you hit the drum. Then when you raise the stick, you hit by raising. So when you start raising it to make another hit, you already hit it. You already hit the stick again. So that looks like this. And it has to be kind of a rotation in your wrist. So you hit like this, then you rotate, hit like this. And of course, when you're playing the drums, you're not actually going to be raising your hand up this high. I'm just showing you how it looks when it's in slow motion. So you actually get an understanding of it. That's how my teacher told me. And he went to Dave Weckel's school. He went to Brazil to study. You know, he's a professional musician. So, also, what I want to teach you, again, the same thing with your left hand. So, you hit your drum. By the time you raise your hand, you have to hit it again. So, and this is what you have to notice. When I hit my drum, so wait. Yeah, so when I hit my drum, my fingers are kind of still open. They're not fully closed. They're a little bit still open. So that gives me the opportunity, when they're open, to hit the drum again with my fingers. So just when I raise the stick, I push with my fingers and I hit it again. Same thing with your right hand. So that now when you learn that, you can do it faster. And why people don't actually do this, because it takes too much effort. And when you go faster and you do the same thing, it's going to be shorter. It's going to be the same exact thing. You do your shoulder, your elbow, then your wrist, and boom. Then when you pick up the stick, you hit it again, like while you're picking it up. But everything is a lot smaller and a lot more compact when you do it fast. So let's do from slow to fast. Okay, so let's do it. So as you can see, first, when you're going slow, you go, you do it fully. But then the faster it becomes, the faster you play, the shorter the movements that you're supposed to do become. And that's why drummers usually do short movements, because in most cases people play fast. Even if you're playing a slow beat like this. A lot of drummers like me put in ghost notes in there, which makes it a little bit of a faster beat. Not a faster beat, it's the same tempo, but there's more notes that you have to add in. So instead of playing just, I sometimes do. You have to do fills and all that stuff. So ghost notes are very important, and that's why I'm teaching you how to do them. When you hit, as you're picking up, you're hitting the second note. As you can can see, I play traditional grip, and I'm teaching you in mashed because it's easier. But if you want to learn how to play with traditional grip, it's a lot cooler. You will have to watch my next video, and the way you don't miss any of my videos, subscribe to my channel, slap that bell so you never miss a video. I'm gonna make another video on how to use or how to play with traditional grip, all that stuff. Also, I'm gonna be making a video of technique and on how to play around the drums, how to play fast, and technique on your bass drum with your kick, and all those kind of techniques, more tips and tricks, life hacks. I already have some of those videos on my channel. I also have a video on everything about every drum, everything about snare drum, bass drum. I'm gonna be making everything about the ride, everything about the hi-hat, all those cool videos. So stay tuned. Comment in the comment section below also some more video suggestions for me. And yeah, so this is all you have to know: how to hold your stick, how the technique of fingers, which I told you. So when you strike, you use your fingers to hit. So, but you don't do them fully because the second note is coming. You do them like half, and then the other half you use for when you're picking up the stick. So yeah, and then what happens is basically alright, now around the drums what you have to do is basically every drum that you hit, everything that you hit on the drums, you have to do this motion. You have to do this kind of in mash grip, of course, because you're beginners. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so mash grip, you always have to do this movement because it gives you more power. You don't even have to put power. If you're playing like this with a stiff hand, of course you're gonna have to put power. But if you're playing the correct way, you don't have to put any power into your hits. It's a lot easier to play like this when you get used to it. Every drum that you hit. When you get used to it, I mean, I'm gonna play in traditional grip because I'm more comfortable in traditional grip. When you get used to it, this happens. When you play grooves, same thing. You have to use this technique, but just make it a little bit shorter. Make it like this. Another tip: when you play the hi-hat fast like this, don't try to do it. Don't try to be stiff. Never do this. When you're playing, you have to use. It is a little bit weird, but it's called the chicken wing technique. And why it's called like that is because when you hit, you do this. And that's the same thing I taught you, like this, but it's a little bit more tight because you're going to be playing fast. So you hit, then when you raise your stick, you hit again by raising your stick. Like as you're raising your stick, you hit again. So, and why it's called the chicken wing is because look at my arm. I'm literally doing this, the chicken. So yeah, that's what my other teacher told me. My first teacher. And when when you get used to this, you're gonna be able to do this. Also, you have to use your fingers again. So that's basically the same thing that I taught you on the snare drum. But it's on the hi-hat. Same thing on the right. So yeah. Whoa! Lesson finished, boy! Lesson finished! Ha! Never mind, it's not finished because I have to teach you triplets. Triplets is basically the same thing as when you do doubles. You hit as you raise, you hit again. But you don't hit right only once as you raise. You do this. You hit 2 times. So, when you hit the drum, boom. Then, you hit it as you raise. And then you hit it again as you raise. So it's basically you hit it halfway through your raise, you hit the drum, then on your finish of your raise, you hit it again, and you come back on top, and then you hit it again. So this is how it looks in slow motion. Fast. Of course, if you're gonna be playing it fast, you're gonna have to do shorter movements. Do the checking wing. Same thing with your left hand. So now we're finished, and yeah, have fun, all that stuff. Subscribe in the comment section below. That was fun. Alright, in the comment section below, write down some more video suggestions that you want. I'm going to be making another video on how to play a traditional grip. I'm going to be making tons of more videos. Also, DM me on my Instagram if you want online individual drum lessons and all that stuff. So, bye!